I am very disappointed with Gyarados, and this video is not something I want to make because I was looking forward to this Pokemon. I was very excited for Gyarados coming to Unite, but after playing it today, I want to explain why I'm disappointed. It's not for the reasons you might think. I don't think it's necessarily underpowered, but for a few different reasons. Also want to talk about gameplay a tiny bit, explain all of Gyarados' abilities, and then, you know, just say why I am disappointed. So first we start as Magikarp. We have to get our gauge built up, which you can see under the HP bar. It's that blue bar that's slowly going to fill up by basic attacking anything, wild Pokemon, enemy Pokemon, by scoring, and also by getting KOs. And once it fully fills up, you're going to evolve, and you instantly get both of your moves on the same time you evolve. So that's quite nice, actually. So you instantly start with 2 moves once you evolve. This means just Magikarp is super, super weak, of course, and it already is going to limit if you can maybe lane with this Pokemon, right? Because in laning, you have to basic attack a lot, and you're, of course, quite weak. But now, we hit level 5, we got our Gyarados after getting help with that KO there, and we get level 5 and get both our moves instantly up. So what am I disappointed with? I'm just disappointed by the gameplay. This Pokemon feels just straight up not fun to play. At least I didn't really have a lot of fun playing it. It feels very slow. It feels very heavy. I mean, of course, right? Gyarados is a big boy. He does feel a bit heavy. You know, you can see his mod is quite huge as well. So I think it's just part of the Pokemon that it just feels a bit more heavy to play, right? Because it's not supposed to be like maybe a very fast paced. But I think that just makes it super, super unfun to play. I think you can kind of compare it maybe to Tyranitar with Sand Tomb and, you know, Rock Tomb, or I think it's called Rock Tomb, whatever it's called, the other ability where you stand still, that you have to cast multiple times while standing still. And that's kind of, Gyarados kind of feels the same. It has a bit more mobility, of course, but besides that, it feels very slow, sluggish, and kind of clunky to play, which of course I'm not very excited about. So we have 4 abilities. First we have Aqua Tail. You saw it in the video earlier. It was in the second game I posted. If you want to check that out, you can as well. You stand still. It's kind of like, oh, it's called Stone Edge on Tyranitar, Stone Edge. It's kind of like Stone Edge, but you have to hold it down, and it's gonna slice multiple times or swipe multiple times in an area. And after you hit an opponent Pokemon a few amount of times, you get a final attack done as well. The problem is it can get cancelled, and there's so many stuns in Unite right now that once it gets stunned out, you're going to just be a sitting duck for like 8 seconds until it's back up. So already you have to stand still, kinda. You can't move much. You're very like locked into a position, and you have to kind of hope the enemies are not running away from it. Then we have Dragon Breath right here, which is just a very boring ability. It is very boring, just straight up, right? We do damage in a area in front of us, and then we have increased attack speed. That's all there is to it. It's just similar to maybe like Night Slash of, you know, what we just have of Muscarada. Not really amazing. It's just a bit of damage, and then we do, you know, we have increased attack speed for a good amount of time. So another just basic attack heavy Pokemon. And this doesn't feel like a basic attack Pokemon. You can already see the animations of Gyarados feel super weird, right? I feel like it should be something similar to maybe Blastoise or Slowbro, where it has ranged basic attacks. Instead, we have these very weird looking melee basic attacks that just feel like they don't fit this kit whatsoever. And again, Gyarados is an all-rounder, so it's, I guess, supposed to be probably melee, but I feel like maybe a ranged attack would probably fit this Pokemon better. Then we have the 2 other abilities, Waterfall and also Bounce. Bounce I'm actually a big fan of. I think Bounce is quite fun. It has a lot of range. It's pretty much reminds me of Zac from League of Legends, where you just jump in, you charge it up. But again, it's another standing still and charging something up, which is not always fun to, you know, charge things up by standing still. But honestly, I like Bounce quite a lot. But in the end, it still didn't do all too much either. And then for the other bit, Waterfall. Waterfall just felt like, when I played it in my first game today, I already noticed that it just didn't feel good. I was stunned out of it quite easily, and I just kind of died during it. It just didn't do all too much. The problem that I see with Gyarados is it doesn't have enough sustain. It has ways of getting shields, like hitting your second Waterfall on enemy Pokemon, gets you a shield, charging up Bounce to that, there's like a mark. If you charge it up far enough, you will also be able to get a shield on bouncing, but besides that, it doesn't really have much. It doesn't have a lot of healing, it doesn't have a lot of protection or anything. It's very squishy, you die very fast once you get stunned one time. What I like about Bounce is it's a good escape, because Bounce instantly gives you Unstoppable, which allows you to jump away out of stuns quite easily, which is of course very strong. But yeah, Waterfall gets cancelled, Aqua Tail gets cancelled very easily, and then Dragon Breath is just kind of boring. It's a very boring ability, I have to say, that I'm not a big fan of. In this game, I actually tried a crit build. I want to see how a basic attack build does with Muscle Band, Scope Lens, and Razor Claw. and see how much I can do. I think Rapid Fire Scarf is not needed because Dragon Breath gives you a lot of attack speed. The only real thing I really like about Gyarados that was fun was the Unite move. The Unite move is super, super good. It has a lot of potential. It makes you invincible. It's a huge AoE stun, and you're just very safe with it. It's also great engage. So I do like the Unite move a lot, but it's another thing that you also have to charge it kind of up. This is quite funny right here. We're going to try to kill a Mr. Mime with a Comfey, and you're going to see we're going to basic attack a lot. But again, I'm not necessarily saying that this Pokemon is weak or should be buffed or anything. I just think it feels very boring designed. It feels very it just feels very mid. Honestly, Waterfall I think is kind of cool. The other abilities are just straight up boring. Straight up. Yeah, Unite move is also very cool. Unite move is cool. I think yeah, and that's almost about it. I think Waterfall is pretty cool as well, but it just gets cancelled way too easily. There's too many mini stunts in this game. And then Bounce is pretty alright. And what else I see about this Pokemon is it doesn't really combine. Like, none of the abilities combo, right? It's just 4 abilities that are there, but nothing really combos all together. Also, this ability right now, I think you could see that Bounce and Dragon Breath is pretty much Muscarada with a Trailblaze and Night Slash. If you think about it, it's literally the same build, but on an Arounder. We jump in, we use our first ability that is literally a skill shot in front of us, and then we start basic attacking. It's literally Muscarada. It's the same thing. It's Trailblaze and Night Slash, and nothing else is different about it. Like, I really don't enjoy these kind of builds. They are so boring, so straightforward. Like, nothing is really exciting about this. There's no really outplay potential. You know, there used to be very fun Arounders. Like, Arounders, I feel like, are always Pokemon that should be exciting, combo-based, right, and difficult to maybe play as well. Like Lucario is very cool, Serena, Aegislash, right? Even Mimikyu, Blaziken. All of them are super funly designed Pokemon that feel very unique to play, that have all sorts of things, and Gyarados is just like, it's so basic. Which I'm very sad about, because again, I'm looking very forward to this Pokemon. In general, I don't think I performed all too bad in most of these games. In this game, I was 8 and 8. I always had around like 60 to 90,000 damage. I think this was the highest game right here I had, with like 97k damage. So damage-wise, it wasn't even bad, right? I was just bored playing it. I only played for 3 hours today. Usually I play for like 5 to 6 hours on the test server. But honestly, I just hope that, you know, I play on 200 ping, that maybe it feels bad and sluggish because of the ping. I really hope. I hope when it comes out on live server, and when I play, you know, on my controller, I play on the European server, I have green ping, that it feels a bit smoother. But until then, yeah, I really didn't want to play it again. I was very bored of it quite far, and I didn't have fun. Let me know in the comments if you played Gyarados yourself, or if you enjoyed or you watched my gameplay. What do you think about it? Do you think it was exciting? Do you also feel like it's a bit, you know, boring, a bit too slow when it comes to its gameplay? Because I'm curious. Maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating a tiny bit. But I just didn't have fun. I really didn't have fun playing this Pokemon. Even this thing a bit. I mean, yes, sometimes a bit. I think, again, Unite move was very fun and cool. I think Bounce was pretty fun, but nothing else in this entire kit really was. Aqua Tail did a lot of damage. You know, I made a video earlier about saying that Aqua Tail felt much better than any of the other builds I played, and it does a lot of damage, but it just locks you in this place. It's just too stationary, it's too slow, and I just don't enjoy characters like this. But, you know, I don't have to enjoy every character, right? I'm curious if you enjoy this character. You know, some people might enjoy also a bit of a slower playstyle, and doesn't matter what, I'm still hyped for Gyarados. And I don't even know what they could do with this. I feel like everything should maybe be a bit faster. Maybe Dragon Breath should do a few different things as well. I feel like Aqua Tail could be like charge-based, right? Like you store up charges for Aqua Tail that you do in front of it, instead of just like you stationary and you do your things. Well, let me know in the comments again. Hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. I hope I didn't just ruin Gyarados for you. I think it could still be very fun Pokemon if you enjoy the playstyle. But for me, it wasn't it for now.